It's Savannah, Tennessee.
Alaska, the last frontier.
I drove 1,000 miles just to meet Jeff Gordon.
Heavy hit by the 77 car of Sam Hornish. He is out of his car. Jeff Gordon is yet to come out now. He is climbing out of the car.
I say we're done for the day.
It's a very fast part of the racetrack. As you come out of turn 9, you're wide open. Anything happens, there is room to avoid it, but obviously these guys were in a position not to do that. And Sam Hornish's car taking a huge lick. All of these guys are out of their cars. That's a good thing. See, we saw Jeff Burton on the other side of the guardrail.
Well, I'll show you what happened here a moment ago on lap 61.
Here's Sam Hornish racing with Casey Kane as they come out of the corner. Oh,
looks like Casey got loose and tried to correct it. Got into Sam, and goodness gracious, what
just as we saw the other day. Wow, huge lick by Jeff Gordon. It's good to see him get out of his car.
And Sam Hornish. Both of those cars hit extremely hard on that second impact.
Gordon head on into the Armco barrier.
We saw this happen with Jason Leffler's car the other day, get thrown back, and Jeff Gordon wide open, nowhere to go.
It's good to see those guys get out of the car.
Joey Logano just missing the inside of the 77 car when he came by.
Right along with Jeff Gordon here. Be ready, folks. This is hard. Ooh. Man, just no time to do anything.
And there's no safer barrier there. That's just an Armco barrier, steel barrier. Fortunately, Jeff able to get the helmet off and walk away. Hard lick here.
Yeah, tough day for Jeff.
Here are the drivers now involved in the crash. Jeff Gordon, Sam Hornish, Jeff Burton, the three primary ones. Andy Lally got some damage. Casey Kane was slid off the track and initiated that when the car got loose. And Joey Logano got some sheet metal damage trying to get by the inside of Sam Hornish. Now let's update the pit stop strategy here. We were talking about Marcus Ambrose and when he might have come in, but he actually did come down pit road on lap 55.
Yeah, he snuck in there. Dale and I missed it. He came in under green, made his stop with 55 to go, which is exactly what he needed to do. And he only took on fuel. That's why he was in and out really quick. He's put himself now in the top 5 and not having to make another pit stop. So he is in a great position now to get a good finish. The only car that's on the track that has to make another stop is Scott Speed. He's going to be shown as the leader, but he'll have to make one more stop.
Yeah, and I apologize to those guys for questioning their strategy. They're on top of it. Got lost in the race there for a minute, so they've got a chance to win this race today.
We are under caution for the 4th time a day here at the Hell of a Good at the Glen. A heavy crash out of turn 9. Back in a moment. A massive cleanup project underway there on the back straightaway. Here again on lap 63, 6 cars involved in what was a grinding crash. Now watch Casey Kane's car get loose and come into the side of Sam Hornish.
Yes, they exit turn 9 here. Watch Casey's car back in, step out right there. He has to correct, gets into the right front of Sam Hornish, sends him into the tire barrier right here, and that launches him right back in front of Jeff Gordon. Huge impact, and then he gets hit by Sam Hornish gets hit by Jeff Burton again. That's just as violent a crash as you're going to see on a road course. Wow.
Man.
So 31 car come around. Look at Logano. He bounces off the inside barrier.
It knocked the fuel cell out of Sam Hornish's car, Andy.
Yeah, he hit here with the front end. It just launches this car up in the air. Jeff Gordon just completely blindsided here, nowhere to go, and he hits hard. Now watch this. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you can see the fuel cell and the whole rear clip right here coming off of Sam Hornish's car.
Wow. You know, we've said a lot of things about these cars, but we can't say enough about the safety aspect of them.
You see a lot of those parts flying, even the rear clip, frame section. None of that hurts the driver. The driver's compartment is the strongest part of this vehicle, and losing these parts is really not a bad thing as far as the driver inside that car. You just don't want those things flying around hitting somebody else, but good to see that the driver's compartment stayed intact and everybody's okay.
There were 6 cars involved. Those 3 were the most heavily damaged. Andy Lally still on the racetrack, Joey Logano, as is Casey Kane in the 9 car. Let's listen in.
Dang it, I got loose and just shot him off track with the back.
crashed my car. That was my fault. Sorry about that, Sam. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't think he knew I was under him because I was up, and then he came shooting back down on the left side of me, and then he kind of turned away, and I just got loose. Spun into him sideways, kind of.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. It didn't look like anything intentional by no means, but it still caused a
No, and there's
whale of a
nothing.
wreck.
Yeah, there's nothing Casey Kane can do. He has to correct his car, so just unfortunate.
Well, we mentioned that DeMarcus Ambrose has pitted, is in 4th position, in position possibly to win this thing. Let's talk to his crew chief, Vince.
Well, the 47 team's had a thirsty driver and a thirsty race car. The driver wants some water, and the race car's been chewing up drinking up the fuel. Frankie, you haven't had the fuel mileage you'd hoped maybe today, but do you have enough fuel now to get to the end of the race?
We're still a lap or two short. With these cautions are going to help. But we were stuck in the window we had with the mileage we were getting. You know, we could have stopped with them other guys. You know, the 2 car had to stop later too, you know, so it was either splash like he did. Now he's back in like 14th, and, you know, we're in 4th. So we had to stay out there and do what we had to do with the mileage we were getting.
You're not, of course, using fuel now as it's under a red flag situation, but once we do get going, what's the conservation situation that you're going to be in with your driver?
Well, every caution, we're going to have to save as much as we can, pretty much coast around 3/4 of the racetrack with the motor off, and just pray we got enough. I mean, they got it full, and catch a couple cautions or maybe one more, we'll be okay.
Well, these guys, tough decisions to make up here on the box, guys, trying to make the proper calls and the right fuel strategy here at Watkins Glen.
Thanks, Vince. We were talking about how hot and humid it is today. The rains yesterday, and a lot hotter than it's been. And you can see the drivers not only trying to drink water, trying to pour some water in that suit. DJ, you've been there. You know that it can be steamy in these cars.
Yeah, you really hate red flag conditions after you've been out there for this long. You're sweating, it's hot, and this heat doesn't go out of the car. You're doing whatever you can to keep yourself a little bit on the cool side. You see him pouring some water, cold water on a rag and trying to get it on his neck and his the back of his neck. So it's just a difficult situation as you sit there.
You talk about road course racing and you don't think you can wreck big time like you can on an oval at Daytona or Talladega. Folks, guess again, because it can happen in a hurry. Coming out of turn 9, here's what happened again. The contact, Casey Kane into the side of Sam Hornish, into the tire barriers, across the Jeff Gordon, head on into the wall. The back of Hornish's car sheared away. Jeff Burton involved, and 3 other cars getting minor damage. So fortunate that all 3 of these drivers able to walk away from what was a violent impact, bringing out the caution for the 4th time today here at Watkins Glen. Still under a red flag here at Watkins Glen. They're trying to get the cleanup done. There's what's left of the back of the 77 car that was a Dodge, folks, for Sam Hornish after 4 different cars hit him coming out of turn 9 just a moment ago. One of the drivers involved, Jeff Burton, standing by with Jamie.
Just too many crashes for this man right here, Jeff Burton, this year. Jeff, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's really disappointing. It was a hard hit. We had a good car, and then all of a sudden something happened to us with our brakes, and we started falling back. But I was really happy with our car, and we were running well. And if it's going to happen, it's going to happen in front of us this year. It's just been one of those years, and I'm too old for this. It hurts too much, but I think everybody's okay. That was a big hit for everybody.
You just got to see the replay. What did you see from inside the car? You
know what? Yesterday on Friday in nationwide practice, Leffler spun in front of me and hit the barriers, hit the tire, and came right back in front of me. And when I saw Sam go out, I knew he was coming back. There was nothing I could do. And I eyed him, and I knew where he was coming, and I tried to get slowed up. I knew he was coming back, but there's nothing I could do. So I wasn't real sure which one I hit or if I hit both of them. And but it was a bigger hit than I want to have again in a little while.
I'm sure he's going to be sore, but I'm glad he's out, and he's smiling. It's a 3rd DNF here in the last 5 races. Shannon?
Down here with Sam Hornish Jr., who was also released from the infield care center. Casey Kane did take blame for that, said he got loose and got into you. What happened?
He basically said it the way it was. He got loose and had to correct, and I thought, got me sideways. I thought, well, the tires are probably going to hurt a little bit. I didn't think I was going to get hit by 2 more cars, so obviously I haven't seen it, but it was pretty big hit, but the cars are pretty safe. We've always run the carbon seats since we got over here with the beaded inserts, and we do everything we can to try to make them as safe as they can. So a couple bumps and bruises, but all in all, pretty good. So I'm happy about that and looking forward to getting out there and hopefully having a better week next weekend.
Thanks, Sam. Good to see Sam Hornish out of the Infield Care Center. Guys.
Thank you, guys. And, we talked about, you heard Jeff Burton saying he saw it coming. He knew that the 77 was going to come across, but he couldn't get slowed down. DJ, I mean, how fast are you going coming out of 9?
Yeah, you're still running upwards of 140 miles an hour coming out of that corner. You're in 3rd gear, and that might be a little bit on the low side coming out of there. But, yeah, this extremely fast, and knowing something's going to happen and stopping your car and missing it is 2 different things. You can't just, these cars are so heavy, it makes it a lot more difficult to slow them down.
Jeff Burton also referred to what happened on Saturday with Jason Leffler, and watch this impact.
Yeah, he just got loose in the same section, and you can see right here, wham, and here comes Jeff Burton. Just like he said, he saw that wreck. Lucky he had enough room to miss him and not wreck himself. But here comes Hornish. Got forced off the racetrack, and then, wow, the same kind of wreck. And then Jeff Gordon and Burton. And destroyed Sam's car.
That's just an incredible hit. And, yeah, Sam doing a great thing, putting a positive spin on it. He's glad he's all right, but looking forward and hoping he can have a better weekend next weekend.
Well, we've been sitting here waiting to get this race restarted. We still have 27 laps to go, and it is Scott Speed up front. He'll have to pit, though. It'll be Kyle Busch, Tony Stewart, and Marcus Ambrose when 1st, 2nd, and 3rd whenever Speed does pit. And so here's Marcus Ambrose, and let's take a look at the pit time comparison.
Yeah, Shannon.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon out of the Infield Care Center. Spirits a little bit high right now, but I know that they took some extra precautions for the back issues that you've had. What were those precautions, and how are you feeling right now, Jeff?
It's just, it's just not what I needed, You take 3 or 4 steps forward up to this point, and then you take a hit like that, and you take, a couple steps backwards. So, yeah, it was a heavy impact. I'm just glad Sam's all right. Saw him get wide there off the carousel and come around. I knew he was going to hit the tire barrier and ricochet off, and I just was hoping I'd get by him before he got, out to me, and, man, I nailed him and spun him around like a top, and my car just came to a halt and really, took a toll on my back again. So I hate that, but I was real proud of this DuPont Chevrolet team. We didn't have a great weekend going, and the car wasn't, perfect, but we were playing out the strategy. Got caught up in that first incident. Just one of those days, but we're going to ride out, make something out of it. I think Steve Letarte had some tricks up his sleeve with the pit strategy, and just wrong place, wrong time.
Jeff, I know you've had hits like this before, and you talk about taking a couple steps forward and a couple steps back with your back. What do you think you're going to have to do this weekend now to get ready for next weekend's race?
Well, Michigan's pretty easy. If we are going to Bristol next week, I'd be concerned. So I got a couple weeks to hopefully heal. We went through this at Dover. When I hit at Dover, it hurt my back as well. Every time, I hit something, it takes a toll on my back, but it seems to recover. It's just, when you're breaking that hard, it's already pretty tight, and then you hit like that, and it spasms a bit. So we'll be all right.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Guys, this is Jeff Gordon, the 24 team's first DNF of the season.
Boy.